Good morning. Welcome to today's service. Thank you for coming, even though did it rain earlier? It looked like it did. Didn't deter you from coming today. My name is Brian Hitano. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees, and I'll be your chairperson today. First, I'd like to do an opening meditation, and we're going to do a little slideshow. We'll see if this works. Please join me in Gassho. Okage-sama means we are grateful. We would not be here if not for the sacrifice and support of others. A little bit of history. December 17th, 1899, 124 years ago, a dedication service established the Buddhist Church of Sacramento. A year later, our first resident minister, Rotetsu Harada, arrived from Japan. During World War II, the temple was closed down due to the incarceration of Japanese and Japanese Americans. The church buildings were occupied by the armed forces under the administration of the city of Sacramento. In 1946, after the church was returned to the city, the YBA Hall and Sakura-gaken classrooms were turned into hostels for 2,000 people returning from the internment camps to help them find their way after being forcibly removed from their homes. Okage-sama. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu.
Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu.
Please rise if you're able for our first Gatha, Ondaku-san 2. Reverend Yuki, followed by his Dharma talk.
Am I giving Dharma talk already?
Followed by Junidai.
Okay, so 3 treasures. Fortunate is it to be born into human life. Now we are living it. Rare is it to encounter the teachings of the Buddha. Now we hear it. If we do not seek the truth of the Dharma in this life, in what life shall we find it? Let us reverently take refuge in the 3 treasures of the truth. I take refuge in Buddha. May we all together absorb into ourselves the principle of the way to enlightenment and awaken within us our highest aspiration. I take refuge in Dharma. May we all together be submerged in the depths of the Dharma and gain wisdom as deep as the ocean. I take refuge in Sangha. May we all together become units in true accord in a life of harmony in a spirit of universal brotherhood, freed from the bondage of selfishness. Even through ages of myriad of kalpas, hard is it to hear such an excellent, profound, and wonderful teaching. Now we are able to hear and receive it. Let us thoroughly understand the true meaning of Tathagata's teaching. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda Butsu, Namanda Butsu. Please be seated. For the chanting of Jungirai, you will see it on the screen. For the service book, it takes time for me to find it. If you find it, please share with others. 25, yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. So Jungirai is on page 25. Namanda butsu, namanda butsu, namanda butsu. Keishu tengin shokugyo Amida senryo zokuson Zai hi mime an rakok Muryo bushi shui ne Konjiki shinjō ngyo sen no Shamata gyō zobu Ryomoku jōgyaku shōrenget Koga chōrai midason Menzen nenjō ngyo mangat 以降遊行千日が商業天国しら子が将来みだそん観音頂戴観地宇治主寿名相法称言信公家道負け馬子が将来みだそん無微無垢交渉上習得形結業国小差利悪徳自在子が将来みだそん実法名門菩薩衆無料小魔女三段一生修上願力寺子が将来みだそん根体法見地小結前言少女名
将来みだそん実法将来勝負し権限人物し安楽戦後尊厳上業子が将来みだそん上無上無がと薬業水がでよろ一種説法無名字子が将来みだそん非尊無説無悪名薬無行人悪道不衆人死心教非尊子が将来みだそん非尊無量法勉強無少種悪知識往生不退死菩提子が将来みだそんがせ非尊苦毒事修税無変業海水小逆前後少女者衛生主上小非公ナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマンダブナマ Namandap, Snamandap, 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 Namandap, Namandap.
Please stand if you're able for the reading of the Golden Chain, followed this time by Reverend Yuki's Dharma talk.
Golden chain. I am a link in Amita's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I will keep my link bright and strong. I will be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will think pure and beautiful thoughts, say pure and beautiful words, and do pure and beautiful deeds. May every link in Amita's golden chain of love be bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Nam. Did I say good morning? Did I? Okay, good morning. And welcome to today's service. So, every day, I'm sure everybody's, every day is somebody's birthday, but today I want to kind of recognize one person who's really special for Sacramento Betsin. She does so many things for Sacramento Betsin. So, usually I don't mention name, but today I want to mention the name of the person. Today is the birthday of Grace Hatano. She I don't know how old she but so happy birthday, Grace, and thank you for your continuing support for the temple. And every time I lead the service, she make obuppan, the rice offering for me. So I don't have to cook, but she cooked the rice for me, and she always prepares. So I really appreciate Grace's help. Anyway, you see so many books in front today, right? So I have received a request to do something about it. These services, service books or many books, which we don't use anymore. So I decided to have memorial service for the service book, which we no longer use today. Okay, and then some people might misunderstand that. Do we need to conduct memorial service for something we discard or something bad thing happen, right? In Japan, there are actually services called kuyo. Kuyo means like a service for the repose of the things or people. Then there is a shrine in Japan. They have a big collection of Japanese dolls. Many of them have like creepy stories, such as they move in the night, the hair gets longer, and so on. So sometimes they observe the service for the repose of the dolls. But in our tradition, Jodo Shinshu, we don't think that there is a power in ritual. And all the rituals we observe in our school is the act of appreciation to the Buddha and teachings. So today's service is not the service for the repose of these service books, right? Or, even though we don't observe it, bad things won't happen, but this is a service to appreciate the service books for the long years of service. And even though we discard them later, the memories of our predecessors using this service book remains in our heart. My home is a Jodo Shinshu temple in Shimane Prefecture. But because the area is suffering from depopulation, my father worked outside of the Shimane, and where I spent my youth was Kanazawa City in Ishikawa Prefecture. And they are known for the traditional crafts such as pottery, dyeing and weaving, and gold leaf making and such. So, you see Pikachu again, just like last week. But Pikachu is not from Kanazawa, Pikachu is not a product of Kanazawa, unfortunately. Pikachu is probably born in Kyoto, I believe. But, Kanazawa is a beautiful place, so please visit there when you have a chance. But, it is difficult to see, but on top right of this picture, you see a bar named Minxia. I'm, introducing this bar because, my high school teacher, he had two dreams. One is to become a teacher and teach a student. Then second dream was to become a professional drummer. Then, he became high school teacher, so he fulfilled his first dream. Then, second dream of becoming a professional drummer, that's really difficult, even though he's really a good drummer, right? So he opened the music bar in downtown Kanazawa. And then, many international visitors visit this bar because he provides the live drum music, and, he has a guitar and bass for somebody to play. So it's like a live karaoke bar. They play the song for you, or you can play the song by yourself too. So if you have a chance to go Kanazawa, please visit this bar. And if you mention Bunchan is my nickname when I was in high school. And the Bunchan comes from one of the famous actor in Japan, Sugawara Bunta. And Sugawara Bunta, that's a famous actor in Japan, but the Bunchan comes from Sugawara Bunta, and he calls me Bunchan. So if you go there and mention Bunchan, then he recognizes, Bunchan. But anyway, so I assume it is not only in Kanazawa, but there is a service for the needles, which were used for weaving and sewing. Either they are broken or bent, and people cannot use it anymore. So, this is something called Harikuyo, needle memorial service. So we have a service for the needles to appreciate them for helping us sew something. So today's service is the same thing. We appreciate the service book for their service over the years. And many people have opened and held them during the service, right? And actually, all the services we observe in Joro Shinshu tradition is to appreciate the virtues of the Buddha. We are expressing gratitude to the Buddha for the wisdom and compassion. So then, now I will ask you a question. Do you remember who the scrolls in the altar is? Do you remember? So let's start from far right. Somebody said correct answer, Prince Shotoku. So Prince Shotoku is from 7th century Japan, and he's the one who established the constitution based on Buddhism teaching. And our founder, Shinran Shonin, respected him and considered him as the manifestation of bodhisattva of compassion. That is why we have a scroll of Prince Shotoku in our altar. Then, next to right is Shinran Shonin. Shinran Shonin, our founder. He's from 13th century, 13th century. Then, center is often misunderstood, but this is Amida Buddha, not Shakyamuni, but Amida Buddha. And second from left. Rengyo, wow, everybody's now getting so competitive, right? So Rengyo Shonin, he is the 8th head priest of our tradition. Why we skip second through 7? Because Joro Shinshu suffered from decrease in membership during second through seventh head priest. But Rengyo Shogin is the one who revived the Joro Shinshu tradition. That is why we have Rengyo Shogin instead of second through seventh head priest of our tradition. Right? Then, far left, we see how many people? Right. So it is the scroll of 7 Pyalam masters from India, China, and Japan. Okay? And I'm not expecting everybody to remember this, all the names at once, but from the top, Nagarjuna, Vasubandhu from India, Tanlam, Taocho, Shandao from China, Genshin and Genku or Honen from Japan. These are the 7 Pyalam masters. And they are from the ranges of 2nd through 5th century India, and then 6th through 7th century China, and 10th through 13th century Japan. So, Master Honen, last one, Master Genshin, is the teacher of our founder, Shinran Shogin. And Master Honen respected Master Shantao from China. And in Master Shantao's commentary on the Contemplation Sutra, that's one of the sutras we rely on, he said that there are 5 right practices in Pyalam path, or Pyalam Buddhism. That is, can I see that? Yeah, thank you. So, reciting the sutra, contemplation, reverence to the Buddha, uttering the name, giving praises and offering. So these are the 5 right practices. And among these 5, number 4 is considered the act of the true settlement, meaning this is the practice we need to attain enlightenment in this Pyalam path. But 4 other practices are not ignored either. They are considered the act of expression of gratitude. So, we chanted Jungirai today. We often chant different sutras, right? So chanting, we offer incense, right? Offering of incense. We offer rice, flowers, right? And fruits, the offerings. And reading during the service to reflect within us, it could be considered contemplation or mindfulness, right? And then putting our palms together and bow, that is reverence. So what we do during the service is the expression of the gratitude to the Buddha. So in this sense, we could call our tradition is the path of life of gratitude. But the main target of the gratitude is the Buddha. However, once we start walking this path, we realize that there is nothing which exists without nurturing us. So everything is the working to nurture us. So interesting thing about our founder Shinran Shogin is that he considered Devaratta. I don't know if you have heard of his name before, but Devaratta is one of the cousins of Shakyamuni Buddha who tried to kill Shakyamuni Buddha so many times because of the envy. But Shinran Shogin considered Devaratta as one of the sages. One of the sages who have appeared from the realm of enlightenment to guide Shinran Shogin. So that's really interesting, viewpoint. So even those who we dislike could be the target of appreciation. Does it make sense? So this is one of the most difficult things to do in our life. I wonder how many people or how many of us could appreciate those who cut in front of us when we are driving, or when we are lining up at the cafeteria. We always say, "Oh, don't cut in," right? But how many of you can appreciate them? Of course, we get upset, right? But in one way, we could appreciate them for reminding us that we have the mind of being upset, right? And the target of Amida Buddha's working is this being who gets upset so easily, okay? So, of course, I get upset when somebody drives dangerously on the street, but at the same time, I appreciate the Buddha for targeting me, who gets upset so easily. Okay? So the path of Jodo Shinshu is now, more than life of gratitude, more than life of gratitude. And I would say that Jodo Shinshu path is a life of self-reflection and gratitude. Self-reflection and gratitude. We cannot ignore this part of self-reflection. So by knowing that who the target of the working of Amida Buddha is, that is this being, right, full of blind passions, afflictions, who easily get upset. So then, once we realize this, we begin to walk the path of gratitude. So we gathered here today to observe the service for the appreciating this service book, right? But I wanted to mention that our usual service is also the expression of gratitude to the Buddha, okay? So thank you all for coming today's service. And in closing, please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda. Namanda. And now I would like to play electric guitar today. I have brought. Today's music is titled Koi Uta, literally means love song. And this is originally performed by Tak Matsumoto. He's the first Asian guitar player who endorsed with Gibson. And, he had original Les Paul model. And, today after the service, some of the children are going into Kaikan to experience playing taiko drums. And, after becoming a parent, I realized that the music education is lacking in the United States. And I wanted children to find the joy of playing the music through experiencing the taiko drums. And of course, it would be really nice if you find a love of music through listening to my guitar playing too. But, the temple in olden days Japan used to have a program called terakoya. Children gathered at the temple to receive education, such as reading, mathematics, and they played together at the temple. And I want Sacramento Betsuin to be a place like Terakoya, which children can gather safely, they can have fun, and they can also learn something, right? So I hope everybody learns something by playing taiko today, and I hope you find the love of music through listening to the music too. So I will prepare for the playing of the guitar.
Thank you, Reverend Yuki, for your Dharma message and for your performance. We always enjoy you playing your many instruments. 5-string bass, 6-string bass, all the different instruments you play. Now we'll have closing meditation. Please put your palms together in Gassho. Okage-sama. In 1959, after more than a half century at the original O Street location, the Sakano Redevelopment Project forced our church to relocate to here, our present location. Take a moment to reflect and think of the monumental effort it took to build this church from the ground up 64 years ago so we can enjoy it today. We were able to contemplate the Nembutsu, looking at the bronze statue of Shinran Shoni in the garden. For a little bit of history lesson, it was donated in 1967 by Mr. Seiichi Hirose, who was an industrialist and a devout follower of the Nembutsu. All these historical events I mentioned today, and many others, are part of our rich legacy that, come next year, will span 125 years. Okage-sama. We are grateful. We would not be here if not for the sacrifice and support of others. We are truly grateful. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. If there's anybody here for the first time, please stand and be recognized. Thank you again to Reverend Yuki for today's service and to our tech, Sandy Katoka Fong, up in the balcony. I have a few announcements, but I would like to invite anybody who has an announcement to please come forward and present.
Good morning. My name is Kai Baldwin, and I represent Boy Scout Troop 250, sponsored by the Nisei VFW Post 8985. Our annual fried rice breakfast fundraiser will be held on Saturday, November 18th at the Nisei Hall. This breakfast is takeout only. We will be serving fried rice, scrambled eggs, Polish sausage, and fruit. Tickets are $10 each. All proceeds go towards troop equipment and activities. We will be selling tickets in the courtyard after today's service. We hope to see you there. Thank you.
So as I mentioned in my talk, today we have a first taiko, a class or the experience in taiko class, and probably from 10:30 in Kaikan, 10:30 in Kaikan. Okay, thank you.
Few announcements. The November Health and Wellness Series will feature physical therapist Stacy Itagaki, whose topic will be tips to reduce injury and prevent pain. She'll present posture hints to reduce back and neck pain, tips on stretching, flexibility, and cover balance and body mechanics. The session will be held on Zoom on Thursday, November 16th at 6:30 p.m. To sign up, please send an email to betsuinprograms@buddhistchurch.org. As a reminder, family bowling will be held today. Last week we had our first session. It's open to everyone. You don't have to commit to the whole season. Come when you want. Starts today at 1 p.m. at Land Park Lanes on Freeport Boulevard. The fee is only $11 for 3 games, and that includes the shoe rental. Well, we welcome bowlers of all ages. Bumpers are available if you need them for our young and maybe not so young bowlers who require the bumpers. For the months of October and November, we'll have bowling every Sunday except November 12th. Today's courtyard refreshments are provided by the Sacramento Buddhist Women's Association, and that will be in classroom 1. If you don't know where that is, it's just down the hall past the restrooms. There are no other announcements. That concludes today's service. Thank you for coming. You're all welcome to offer incense.